Hey, this is Lisa Schmid with the Stamper Studio. Welcome to Wonder Wednesday. So Wonder Wednesday is a time when I will share with you either a technique or a new fold or something that somebody has asked me about. But tonight I want to show you how to use a shaker dome. I don't think that's the official name, but
it's a cloche.
It's a cloche, but who knows what a cloche is? I didn't know what a cloche was. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what I'm going to make and what I'm going to use. So I am going to use this new stamp set from our holiday mini, which is called Sweet Treats. Look how cute this is, and it doesn't have to be just for the holidays, but it says, any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. So that would be really nice with like a pumpkin pie here, or with our a cupcake. You could do happy birthday with a cupcake. This one is definitely more of a Christmas design, bring on Christmas, a tasty treat for someone sweet, and of course the candied apple. So I'm going to use the candied apple. But here's the great thing, the dies that go with this actually go with, here we go, the dies that go with this also go with another stamp set. So it goes with this one. I didn't even notice that right there, that you could stamp that on top, the little glass on the top. So the knob. Warmth, joy, happiness, most wonderful time of the year, and the magic of Christmas never ends. And the cool thing about this one is this is a 3-step stamp. So we've got the outline, we've got the background, the outline, and then a little more detail. So you could do this a different color. See how the house, maybe the houses are red, and this is white, and this is black. Anyway, we'll have to try that. And same with the birds. How awesome is that going to be? So I'll show you that another time. But tonight I am going to use the Sweet Treats. I was just curious if this, oh, that goes with the house. Okay, I'm going to use the Sweet Treats and use this little cloche. What is a cloche? I don't understand.
It's the glass dome.
Oh, it's the glass dome. Okay. What is a cloche? I don't know what a cloche is. All right. So first thing I did is this cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. So it's because it's going to sit on top of my real red. And actually I might have cut it down a little more even. Looks like it, maybe a tiny bit more. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And sometimes I do this. I don't create the whole card. I create pieces and then make the card. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes it's just fine. So this die, I put it kind of in the middle. And I ran it through and came out with this. Now obviously these, I'm going to flip that over, these two pieces, oops, I guess that's why it's this way. These two pieces go together because that's how I die cut them, right? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and stamp on here, and we are going to use this darling caramel apple. How cute is that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And even if you didn't pop it up, you could always just stamp it. So let's go ahead and I'm going to grab a block here, and we're going to go ahead and stamp our caramel apple. Now, let me show you the card I'm going to make. So I want to have 1 green apple, 2 red apples, and you can see the way you do this is you mask. So I'm going to mask my apples. So I cut out 2 apples. They were like this. They were a little bit too close together. So I am using a Post-it note to separate them a little bit. I do want them on the same level playing field though. So we're going to put those there. All right, and I am going to stamp with black, Memento black. And I just want to make sure, yep, got those kind of in the middle. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to stamp this one maybe up a little bit higher. No, I'm okay right there. I'm going to stamp it right there. So there is my middle one. And that's okay. I know you look at that and you're like, well, how do you make an apple out of that? Well, I'm going to show you. Because I'm going to stamp one of these on either side. And if it doesn't totally touch, that's okay because I have a black marker and I'm going to make them touch. All right, so there's my candied apples. And I'm going to take my Stampin' Write black marker and just make this completely touch in the bottom. I want them to touch because otherwise I feel like they might not totally look like apples. All right, so I am going to use my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to color, let me cover that up, Granny Apple Green for the middle one. And Stampin' Blends are wonderful because they don't leave any lines. They blend really well if you want something lighter or darker. They just work so well. I'm going to do the other apples in real red. Now, this end is the brush end. I'm not going to use that because I want a little more control. So I'm going to use this end, the pen end, marker end. All right, so we're going to make that red.
Sandy's getting hungry for candy apples.
So Sandy, every time my family, we see a caramel apple, if Katie sees this, she'll laugh at me. Every single time I say, I really like my apples sliced with caramel. I don't like them on a stick. They're like, yeah, Mom, we know. You tell us that all the time. All right, now I'm going to color my caramel.
Every time.
Every time. But I didn't say it now until, yep, gotta tell you. I did say it the other night when I made these too. So there you go. You have to get part of the family story. All right. Sandy, are you keeping cool? It is very, very warm today in Minnesota. So, and this is cinnamon cider that I'm using. It really is a nice, pretty caramel color. I really like it. And I'm just kind of doing them all the same. I'm not trying to, I don't know, I'm not trying to shade or anything. I'm just putting on the caramel because it's going to be under a cloche, a dome. So it's going to be fine. All right, so there are my caramel apples. I do think I want to color the sticks. I'm just going to do them this same color as caramel a little bit. It's not going to show up that much because it's pretty thick in the black. But there we go. All right, so there are my caramel apples. How cute are they? And I was thinking, do we still have the crystal effects? That would be fun to put on the caramel, but that would take a lot of time to dry. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to put this on a pedestal. So it needs to sit on my little pedestal, which is this right here, because we don't want them just floating. That's weird. Okay, so I'm going to take off my apple, put that away. No, I did not clean it. What are you looking at? Nothing. Dave's got a really funny look on his face. What? It's all good. I think he's like, what are you doing? Okay, so I'm going to move that because I don't want to get any ink on that. And I'm going to stamp with my Memento. And I'm just going to stamp a little stand, cake stand. I'm going to go as high as I can without going over. There we go. Wow, that's the best one I've done so far.
I think this one technically is a cloche stand.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Whatever. This is a cloche stand. I don't even know what a stupid cloche is.
It's like a glass dome.
Why don't you just call it a glass dome? Is it supposed to be like some fancy name? Like it's a cloche. Well, it sounds like somebody who can't say the word clothes or so. I don't know. I don't like it. Anyway, I would prefer to call it the glass dome. So this is Sweet Treats Glass Dome.
I agree with you, Barb. Caramel apples make me think of fall too.
Yeah. Not today. Today is hot, right? But, you know,
we can dream.
We're almost coming around the bend to August, which I can't believe summer has gone so stinking quickly. All right. So I've got my apples. I've got my cloche stand. And now I want to put the dome on, the actual cloche. So these come in a set of, I believe, 10. There are sticky parts on both sides. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and stick it on here because then that's situated. So we'll just grab this off of there. And I have been thinking I want to make one of these with a penguin and some shakers. How fun would that be? So I'm just going to put this right on top of that because the punch and the die and everything's the same. It comes right out. I mean, it goes right in, rather. Okay, now this piece, oh, I have to put adhesive on this piece before I set it there, and you'll see why in just a moment. I'm going to put some adhesive on here because that is going to stick on my card. But what I want to do, we got a lot of adhesive here. I'm going to take this adhesive off. There we go. And I'm going to put this kind of right in the middle, best I can, and it kind of actually stays there. I think because of this knob at the top. So that's kind of what I'm trying to grab is the knob. Get my fingers off there because it gets sticky. Okay, it really is quite simple. There we go, that's just fine. But I have to get it here first before I stick it on the paper, because once it's on the paper, it is what it is. All right, my fingers are kind of, there we go. Great. Yes.
As always, I put all the numbers in the chat, and the close shaker domes are a set of 10. So.
Oh, nice, set of 10, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this, now that I've got that all there, and it will stay. Look at that. But don't forget, sometimes I forget to put the adhesive there. We have to have adhesive there. So I'm going to put this right in the center. And then on this side, I'm going to push a little bit to try to get that adhesive to stick. There we go. So that is my little candy
apple display.
Caramel apples, yes. Now I am going to use cinnamon cider. Don't want that one. I'm going to use cinnamon cider, and I have used the, oh honey, what is this called? I always forget. Always forget. Do any of you know what this is? It's just a texture. It's not anything super fancy, but it gives it a nice little texture on it. It is currant, I do know that. I know something. So let's go ahead and put that on just to bring in that little caramel, the little caramel cider, or caramel cider, the cinnamon cider or the caramel apple. There we go. I never remember the name of this, but Dave is looking it up. So there we go. Okay, we're not done yet. We're going to go ahead and take a small piece of vanilla. By the way, this is very vanilla, which I realize I don't use very much. So I'm going to start using it more because I want to use it particularly with fall colors. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this happy birthday, because how fun is that, right? To have a little happy birthday. And it's right there. So we'll switch that, put that on here. And I am just going to stamp that in the black to carry through the black that I used on the apples. Do you see it? It's a 3D embossing folder.
Tasteful textile.
Thank you. Tasteful textile. All right, I'm going to leave space on this side because that's where I'm going to put a little dot, a little, I'll show you in just a moment. Okay, that worked. That's fine. And on this side, I'm going to make a little banner using our double banner punch.
Pick a banner.
Pick a banner. Pick one. Pick a banner punch. And so instead of doing it this way, and that fits in there pretty well, I always like to turn it over because I don't want it to be crooked, and it might be a little crooked. I know I have some space, so I'm going to do one more. As long as I don't see the ink coming through, I think that's good. And what are we going to do with this? We are going to pop it up.
Banners pick a punch.
Banners pick a punch. Thank you, Mr. Dave Schmid. All right, so here we go. It was funny. I went to a meeting last night, a Stampin' Up! Meeting, and someone said, "Hey, you're that person from those videos." I said, "I am." She's like, "Wow, it's fun to see you in the flesh." I was like, "Wow, kind of feel like a little movie star there. That's awesome." So I'm going to stick this right here. And then I love these. I hope these are on your wish list. The matte decorative dots. Dave, the number, I'll hand it to you in just a second. I'm going to look at their ombre, their variation in size and color. Ah, love it. I am going to take just a red one and stick it right there. There you go. That's the number. And then, you know, we can add one more cute little thing, and that would be our gingham ribbon. I'm going to add, I just had it, honey. Where is it? The gingham ribbon. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to use this gingham ribbon. It's our black and white, but I'm going to color it red because I don't want it, I want it to match the red. So I'm just going to go red here with our red Stampin' Blend. There we go. Just make it a little, I mean, you could change any color. How cool is that? And I'm just going to make a little knot like that. And we'll trim it.
I had to make 21 knots today.
Yes, Dave helped me finish my swaps. What a dear, sweet husband he is. Because they were due today.
21 knots. Turned it pumpkin and then made the knots.
He colored them and then he made them pumpkin. Yes, I am not using a glue dot. I don't know why. I can never seem to keep my glue dots over here, but I think that will be fine. Look how cute that is. It's not quite staying. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive up here, and that will stay. There we go. Isn't that fun? Look how fun that is. So you could either do this, or you could also do just in black and white, or you could, of course, use a linen thread, which would also be really pretty. I love it. I think it's so fun. Now, can you picture one of these with a penguin from the new catalog and some fun little like snow things, the little sequins in there, the silver sequins? How fun would that be? So that's one of my next projects I'd like to make. So my cards are over there for Quick Stamp. I want to remind you of bingo. Oh, sorry, not yet. I don't want to remind you of bingo. I'm going to remind you in the bag. Thank you. Thank you. Because I took these to a meeting last night. So, all right. So first off, Quick Stamp is coming up August 5th. So here are the cards we're going to make using Whale of a Time, hand penned, have a peachy day. This is Sweet Peach. And the last one is our pansy. And you know what? I made 61, that's right, 63, that's right, 63 swaps. So when you come on Thursday, I will have 60 of those swaps here, because that's what I'm getting back. So this is what we're making. It is $15. Make sure you register at thestamperstudio.com. And then if you want to make more, you certainly can for a small fee. Okay? So that's that. Now I want to tell you about bingo. Bingo. So bingo is going to be virtual, as you can soon see on the screen. It will be virtual. No? Yes?
I showed it. Keep going.
Okay, so the bingo will be virtual. It's August 27th, which is a Friday at 7 p.m. It's $35, and what you get for that is you get 6 bingo games, you get 4 make and takes, and you get a $20, a little bit more than $20 swag bag. So, and you'll be able to use some of those products to make your cards. So super excited. Besides that, there are hundreds of dollars. I am not exaggerating. Hundreds of dollars of prizes. So yes. And the blackout is, of course, going to be the biggest prize. And that's the last game we'll play. All right. So make sure you do that. If you don't have a new catalog, let me know. August 3rd is when you can start ordering. I have lots and lots and lots to show you. So come back on Saturday so I can show you something else new from the catalog. And if there's something you saw in the catalog that you're like, hey, could you show me something with this? I probably have it. Because you know what? Okay, you don't usually have a husband like this. I was like, I don't think I should order this. And Dave said, no, I think you should order it because you're going to order it eventually anyway. Just get it now. I was like, okay. So anyway, you guys have a great evening. Like the page, share it with a friend. Even more than that, invite a friend to Quick Stamp, invite a friend to bingo. Let's make this like one big old happy party. All right. Love you guys. Happy stamping.